Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 2017 Jay Swanson Memorial 9-ball tournament. We are at OnCue Billiards in La Mesa, California, just outside of San Diego. We have Sal Butera from Moore Park, California, one of California's best. He's going up against
Reyes.
Ray Reyes, a local house favorite, a funny, friendly, charismatic, and a
charismatic. There's
very colorful character.
Right, there's a lot of things we can say about Ray Reyes.
Ray Reyes fun. He gets emotional. He gets a little bit wild. He's a lot of fun to watch and to play with.
Sal Butera, for those of you who don't know, is typically known as son of a gun, only because his dad was
Lou Butera.
Yeah, shotgun Lou Butera. Yeah. So the Sal.
Before my time, I never got to know Lou, but throughout all the many stories I've heard about Lou, I feel like I know him. So he is walking in a pretty big shadow, but casting his own as well is Sal Butera. He's been playing really well. He's been a little bit absent on the Mez Tour this season, but
Sal has his own room, and I think that sort of takes precedent over him traveling to play. He's always a very, very meticulous player. Now, Ray Reyes, the thing about him is that you'll see in his shots a few minutes later, he will eye the ball. He points to where he wants to park it, attempts to park it. I think that the only way that Ray will lose this match is if he gets into his own head. If he starts getting upset, starts getting emotional, that will affect him. Also, I would like to remind you, look at the difference in pace between this match and the match that we just saw between Daniel Bush and Dave Hema. This match is faster. Sal is on. He's hitting every ball he wanted to.
Sal embodies the term fast and loose. He is very meticulous, but he knows what he needs to do. He knows where the ball's going to go. He knows the shot. He's a lot like Earl in that he knows as soon as the balls stop rolling, he knows what needs to be done. He knows the angles. He knows where the cue ball's going. He knows where the object's going. He knows the layout. He knows the pattern. It's like it's automatic. Or he just thinks faster in general.
And just as a reminder for everyone who hasn't listened to the earlier broadcasts, talking to you right now, the guy with the "you ain't from around here, boy" accent, that's Ashi Fatchler. I'm a pool and billiards photographer and an interpreter. And sitting in the non-booth with me, because we don't have booths, is Chris Santana from Fast and Loose Designs. You can find him at fastandloosedesigns.com. You can find me under Ashi, that's A-S-H-I, Fatchler, F-A-C-H-L-E-R, street photographer on Facebook, or just Google up my name and you'll find me.
All right. Ray Ray's ready to break. He's just waiting for
Fireman Dave. With the
Dave. I was trying to remember his name.
To move.
Yeah.
And notice the ranking that Sal Butera has with a Fargo rate. He's ranked 722. Ray Reyes is ranked 678. That, in of itself, is about a 2-to-1 ratio on the table. That means that there's a chance that Sal should or could win this with a 3-game lead. This is the loser's side, so it's a race to 7.
And he's got the 4-ball in the wing, which should be automatic. We're playing position on the 1-ball in the corner near the cue ball. That's what's been happening, and let's see if that's still the trend. The 1-ball tracks towards the corner where he broke from. He just needs to work on the speed. He'll get the speed down. If he had hit a little softer, the 1 would have been in a more ideal position. So he's going to come right away with a safety. What he's going to try and do is zigzag the cue ball underneath the 2, which is a hard shot. But I mean, he's going to try that. He's going to come probably just underneath the 9 ball is what he'll probably end up getting.
I spoke to Ray Reyes a little earlier on, and he told me that he put some red tape on his ferrule in order to create a little bit more contrast at the end of his cue, so he can see in a dimmer light. He can see the end of the cue better.
Really? I've never heard of that. That's interesting.
Yes, I know. You notice he's got red tape. I asked, why
I
is it
saw
red
that.
tape? He said, because that's the thinnest thing I found. It's like, why do firemen wear red suspenders? To hold their pants up.
Yeah.
It's the same logic.
Yeah.
I don't know what that shot was. I don't know if Sal is frustrated. It's a bit loud here right now. People are talking behind us and then making a lot of noise. It might have just frustrated him for a second. Ray won the Japan Open at some point. Or
what?
One of the Japanese. Yeah, if you
Reyes?
Yeah, Google his
no
name.
way.
You'll see him winning Japan something.
I was not aware of that.
Japan Open or something else, but yes, he won something.
Was that a while back?
It was.
Okay.
And a little bit earlier on, Ray and Sal was sort of getting into a typical woofing in the pool hall where
I think they were betting on a shot or something and arguing a little bit. But it was more of a friendly argument for the most part.
It was, but what happens is sort of the opponent gets in your head before he shot, and those of you who don't know, Reyes is an expert at getting in your head.
Yeah.
The argument or the bet, whatever it was, if you hit the ball, I'll give you $100, and if you don't hit the ball, you give me $1.
Oh, it's 101 odds.
Yes, to hit it.
Wow, he slops in the 9 and the 5. I'm sorry, and the
6 ball.
The 6 ball. Quite a fortunate roll for Reyes early on. He levels it at 1 apiece.
He's shaking
and
his
it will be Sal's break. Sal's a little disgusted, but that's pool. So Sal's break is more powerful, I would say, than Reyes, and he's got more control. He's got both of those things going for him. I expect him to get several break and runouts this set. Don't know enough about Reyes' game to know how often he's going to be breaking and running. But I can guarantee you that if Sal can get that wing ball down, if he measures, he's breaking from the other side. Now, I haven't seen exactly what will happen here. Maybe the 1 will come near where he's breaking as well. But the 3 was dead. And yeah, the 1 is still going towards the side that you break from. That's not necessarily always the case, with every table, with every event. In this case, it's happening on almost every single break. So what they just have to do is realize that pattern and sort of take advantage of it. And I think he's got a shot at the 1 where a minute ago I thought he was hooked based on his reaction, but it looks like he can actually cut the 1. Yeah, he's good. And for the most part, the hard work is over. The 4 goes in the side. That leads to the 5. And I'm sort of describing that quickly because I'm sure that's how quickly he's seeing it in his head.
Sal shoots at a pace that is amazing. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. What I was saying is that Sal shoots at a pace that is murderous on the table. And a lot of times what will happen is he'll draw his opponents into the match, into the speed he shoots.
Yeah, I do this. That sort of happens. I shoot obviously I don't shoot anywhere near Sal's speed, but I shoot fast. Whether or not I make balls is beyond that point. But yeah, my opponents will be like, yeah, it's hard for me to match your speed, and it throws me off a little bit. I mean, that's not the reason why Sal shoots that way, but it's just a result of that. And he is going to get a roll here as well. Yeah, and Sal's not happy.
No.
Sal will wear his heart on his shoulder.
And so will Reyes.
Oh,
For
yeah.
those who don't know, Ray does exactly the same.
Sal is looking to jump full cue with his regular cue. Oh, maybe he was just measuring to see before he breaks out his jump cue.
He's giving a nod with his head. You can't see it, but he's sort of nodding with his head like, yep, you got me.
Yeah.
I always press my thumb in. So I know
He's looking to come 2 rails in. The ball is small compared to shooting it 1 rail up.
Not necessarily. I think what he's looking at is missing the 6 and the 9 and coming into that ball. It actually creates a bigger ball because if he hits the rail before that, he hits it. There's no way to get behind it. But he's opted for the 1 rail. 2 rails. Sorry, come behind the.
Right. It is a relatively big ball. You come in 2 rails, but it's a bigger ball if you come 1 rail either up table by where he's standing or down table by the 5 ball.
He doesn't want to go up table because of that chance of catching the corner of the pocket there.
Right. Or just tapping the 4 towards the corner and leaving it there for Ray.
Correct.
So he's decided he's going to jump. He's reaching for his jump cue now.
He looked at all of his options and said, "Jump's the best."
Yeah, he's telling Lori, his wife, like, oh, how did I get here?
Lori's like, I don't know. We drove.
Sal is a favorite to hit this. Whether he makes it is obviously the difficult part, but he'll hit this ball for sure. The other difficult part is keeping the ball on the table because he's hitting it towards the rail. You have to basically land almost right at the 4 ball, right before. If you let it bounce before the 4 ball, yeah, he hit it directly onto the 4. Whereas if he had hit the rail, the cushion before, the slate before the 4 ball, he would have likely jumped it off the table because of the bounce.
And notice that he again sort of stayed there to let Reyes think a little bit about the shot.
Yeah, the mind games are
strong
in full effect.
With these guys. Yes, mind games are strong. Ray's looking to hide behind the 5 ball if possible, maybe the 6.
Yeah, he tried to use the 5, and that will sort of work, but I think he's got most of the ball, if not the edge. He'll play safe. He'll basically just thin the 4 and send the cue ball back here where it sort of is now.
Look
use the 7-8. Use the 7-8 as blockers.
Look at how Sal gets down on his shot.
Yeah, he didn't quite execute. No, not at all. He did not even come close to executing what he wanted. I think it almost looked like he got a double kiss on the cue ball, but it's a little hard to tell.
It does. The only thing is he left him on the rail, but that shouldn't present any real problem.
If Ray can build up his confidence and pop this ball right in, he'll have plenty of confidence to run the table.
Yeah. Reyes is looking to run into that 7 and stop the cue ball there for him. Ooh, there's a cursor on the screen. He was straighter than I thought.
It was sharking Ray a little bit.
Yeah, the cursor, yes.
Yeah. Nevertheless, a good shot.
I learned to never underestimate Reyes' ability to play, especially in big tournaments, big money games.
However, he has psyched himself out. Whenever he's on the TV table, he says, I never win on the TV table. He says he thinks, I think he used to think that it was a conspiracy against him to put him on the TV table because he'll lose. But I always see him playing great.
You know, I know that some players don't like playing on the TV table because it shows, quote unquote, the real speed.
Oh, but yeah,
you know,
but those days are over.
I know because of the internet and streaming and such, but nonetheless, you're right. There are players that when they go to the TV table, they flourish, and I count Mika Immonen, Rodney Morris, Bustamante,
sure, the pros, right?
Such, and some that they go to the TV table and they just fizzle. One of the
he lost a lot of energy on that cue ball when he. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think he didn't hit it a high enough cue ball. I think he hit it more center than he wanted.
He wanted to come below that 7 ball to shoot it in the side pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's sick. He's shaking his head. The combo is not a given. The safety is tough to play, and it's not where he wanted to be.
Yeah, I think
he's pointing to where he wanted to be. Well, that's not working for him.
I think he'll thin the 7 and send the cue ball down here by the 9. I think that's what he's got. I mean, the 8 ball is sharking him to prevent him from hitting it at an angle which puts the 7 behind the 8.
look for Reyes to get down and shot, get up.
Oh, he did the opposite. He put the 7 down here in the cube. But this is a really good shot. If no, I didn't think he was. I didn't think that he was going to get a bounce on the 7. With the bounce on the 7, obviously he sort of sells out.
Yes.
Sal is taking his time to get up. He's not happy that he's got this difficult of a shot, but I fully expect him to put it down and get to the 8.
This is one of those take what the table gives you.
Yeah, I think he'll end up with the cue ball around where it is now for the 8 in the side, around that general.
Well, it depends on how much he hits. If he hits it low, he's coming around 2 rails for that 8. Ugh,
Did not
missed that.
expect him to miss that ball.
And look, he went 4 rails to that 8. Of course, he wouldn't stop there should he have made that 7, but we got an idea of what he was going for.
I don't see Sal losing very often, but
No,
when I see him losing,
don't.
it's usually when he beats himself up early on in a match.
Or if a player gets into his head, and you and I have both seen that, and like I said, Reyes is an expert at that.
Yeah, he's probably going to bank this, but if he decides not to bank it and play safe, he can just put the cue ball down here by the hand of 9, which I wouldn't suggest because it's too open of a table. Yeah, he's got to bank this.
Yeah, he's looking at bank.
And he missed it by about maybe a whole diamond. It's a little funny angle because his cue ball's going in the general direction of the 9. He can avoid it, but this is not what Sal wants.
And Sal knows that. That's why now he's taking his time. He's looking at the line from the 8 to the 9, and he'll try and draw it so that he doesn't run into it.
Wow,
Oh.
Sal. He's going to slop it in
Really?
the corner.
And he
And he's
raised
gonna-
his hand saying, I'm sorry, and Reyes.
Well,
looks
Ray got a
sick.
fortunate roll his first win, so it sort of has evened itself out. Ray slopped in the 9 the last rack.
Even with that slop, now he's on the 50-yard line.
Yeah, this doesn't give you confidence. Slopping in balls doesn't give you confidence, but I'm pretty sure he'll make this ball. Nice shot from Sal Butera, and he takes a 2-1 lead over Reyes. This is a race to 7 on the losers bracket, so somebody's got to go home. Somebody will not make it to day 2. And day 2, I believe, is the cash. I don't think anybody who doesn't get to day 2 will make the cash.
Day 2, depending on how well they play tonight or how late they play tonight, will either be the top 42, or sorry, top 48 or top 32. Depending on how many brackets they got through today.
All right, let's see if Ray can control his cue ball a little bit better. Once again, the wing ball is dead about 95% of the time. He's got to play position for the 1 ball down by where he's breaking now. The 1 ball is tracking, missing the side pocket. If you notice, watch the track of the 1 ball because the 2 ball's dead. He's got to control the 1 and the cue ball so that he can play the. He hit that in a strange. It sounded the sound of his break just now didn't sound. It almost sounded like either miscued or he didn't hit it with the right kind of power. That the cue ball ended up down here behind the rack, which hasn't been most players haven't been sort of doing that. And there's no reward in jumping this because the 3 doesn't have a pocket from that area. So I don't expect him to jump this. I think I'm gonna look to see him push out. I mean, a decent push out is just putting it down here on the rail. That's not gonna work. He's pushed out to a jump, and there's no reward in jumping. Unless Sal Butera can see this into the corner, which yeah, I have a feeling he's going to give this back to Ray. He's going to look at it, he's going to look at it, he's going to look at it, and he's going to give it back to Ray, I believe. He may have the possibility of spearing the 1 into the corner by the 4 and playing like low right-hand English and spinning the cue ball 2 rails towards the 3, but that's a lot. You have to put a lot of faith in a lot of things in one shot for that to work out. I really think he's going to give this back to Ray. Yep. Ray's going to... Don't know what Ray's... Oh, Ray's looking at... he's going to just cross the 1 and send the cue ball down here. Maybe get some action on the 9 ball, but... Yeah, he's looking to get some action on the 9 and maybe send it towards the pocket, but I think he's more playing the distance. Separation between the 1 ball and the cue ball here. It's a good chance he'll get some action on the 9 unless he runs into the 5. Sort of got a roll. Sal looks up at the ceiling, nods his head, looks over at Laurie and grabs his cue. He's not happy with the way that the table's, you know, laying out for him. The 3 ball's really making things difficult for both these guys. Everything else is so open. He takes a swing at the 9 ball. And you would never see that happen unless something like the 3 ball, you know, was a factor. So Ray is now presented with the option of thinning this and sending the cue ball up and down table a few times. Yeah, he can actually cut it, send the cue ball up 1, 2 rails and down here, play the 3 up table. Yeah, he could also play a, you know, stop the cue ball there and send the 1 ball up table. Might be what he's looking at now, but oh, he's kicking it. He's going to kick the 1 up
I think
table.
he's looking at the kick.
Oh, now
you did for a second there.
That was really haphazardly shot. He kind of didn't give it his all. He kind of just... Neither player... I mean, Sal came out the gate and was like running balls the first rack. He ran through... Yeah, he's running into balls and not getting shape on the 3. The first rack, he was running balls, getting perfect shape. He was feeling good, feeling loose, and then he just hit a brick wall, and the racks aren't opening up the way that he expected them to open up. And it looks like he played a pretty good safety here.
You know, though, it seemed like the 3 got a sort of strange kick there from that edge of the pocket.
Yeah. Now Ray is looking at crossing the 3 and sending the cue ball towards the 9. Sending the 3 ball up by the 4 ball and crossing. I think there's a double kiss here. Oh, he's going to kick it. He's going to kick the... Wow. He's looking at some crazy stuff.
He's looking at kicking the 9 off the 2 rails.
There's a chance of scratching off the back of this 3 ball. Or not doing anything productive.
That wasn't anything that he looked
there was,
at.
I mean, there was even an opportunity to jump, and there's a high reward for jumping because the 4 is near the pocket.
That wasn't anything he looked at.
No, he didn't consider that. I mean, at least a consideration, I think. Sal's still not feeling comfortable yet.
No, it's a long shot. And Sal wants to stop it there for the 4. See?
And he's going to get a kiss off the 9, but no
He tried
reward.
to stop the cue ball, and it leaked forward, and he didn't even get that pocket. These pockets are tight. And
yeah, I think we're
players
playing
are
on
running
4-inch
against the
pockets, is that right?
Yeah, 4 and something, you know, on a tiny bit. Ray says I can take a longer shot and still make it. Ooh,
And he's getting into a good rhythm. When he starts playing faster, that means he's playing confident.
He just overshot his shot by a mile.
Yeah, he definitely did.
He jumped up a little bit on that 4 ball, and that seemed to have done it for him.
He could play the 6 down here past the 9 ball. I mean, his original plan was to play the 6 in the bottom right, but he can actually play it in the bottom left. It's sort of short side, but this angle leads to it naturally. Yep. With the red
3
tape,
rails.
ferrule.
Yeah.
That's actually. Oh wow! I
See.
thought he made that.
Yeah.
And he's gonna sell it, I believe. Well, if he didn't sell it, he's definitely gonna not like his
Ray
next
has
shot.
been claiming that he stood too close to a pool table and a pool ball grazed his hair, which left those streaks in his
Oh yeah,
haircut.
I can see that. Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, yeah. He's more aerodynamical now.
Oh, yeah, I think so too, which happens to help very much at the pool table, as you know.
Sal's cleaning up his cue a little.
Where do I want to be?
He, I think, wants to get behind a 6.
He's actually, is he looking at carrying? No way, no. He wants to hit the 5, come around the 9 ball, send the 5 up table, come around the 9 ball.
Oh, the bank. And look at that position. What a shot from Sal Butera.
The ball hasn't stopped rolling and he's already down.
Yeah, he's still spinning a little bit. That was a game changer because that gives him the confidence that he's been trying to, pull together the last couple racks. And this will give him a 3-1 lead if he can pop this 8 ball in. Yeah.
Just like that.
And he looks over to Ray to see if Ray will give him the ball, and he doesn't, so he'll just make it. All right, we got a 3-1 score line in a race to 7. Ray quickly being left behind after Sal gets the opportunity that he needed. I did not see that bank even as a remote possibility. Really big difference in his body language from 1 minute to the next after he potted that.
Absolutely.
Listen to me saying things like potted. I've been watching too much
You
snooker
have
lately.
been watching.
I've been watching a lot of
the
snooker.
Masters?
No, I didn't. I just been watching some old.
Old stuff.
Oh yeah, the old stuff I
Oh
love.
man, you should have watched the Masters.
Anyway, that got me saying things like potted
Yes.
and plant
and screw and plant.
yeah.
Yeah. He screwed the ball.
All right, so we're gonna see the
Potted
cue
the
ball. I'm sorry, the 1 ball come near Sal here. Oh, it sort of crossed over, but he's got the shot, and the 2 ball decides to be weird with the 7, but he can definitely play the billiard. Ticky 7.
Yeah, the advantage here is if he comes on the right side, that's what he's pointing at, is just touching that 2 and making the 7 in. That's exactly what he's looking at, see?
He wants to be as close to the rate. Oh, wow, he came down too far.
Way too far.
But he's going to have an opportunity to play. No, he won't even have an opportunity to play safety here because the
Well,
balls ended up funny.
No, he can play safety here by kicking that 2 all the way up table.
You mean banking it, right?
Banking it, sorry.
And then sticking him behind the 7.
Sticking it behind the 7.
Ooh,
Just
that,
like that.
that was actually a really good shot. Ray can actually go 1 rail here, or he can actually spin with left spin and go 2 rails at the 2 ball here.
Ray's looking to hit underneath the 2 ball.
He's going to go 1. He's going to go 1 rail.
Hitting underneath the 2 ball, sends the 2 ball up, and brings the cue ball down table.
I've seen Oscar shoot this shot similar with inside English, left hand spin. But at the angle that he's at, he can't actually do what I've seen before. He sort of would have to stay a little bit into that corner and come deep into the corner. Anyway, he's going to go 1 rail at the ball and try to get some separation. He actually has to hit this relatively hard to get the separation. Yeah, he hit it with good, decent speed to get some separation. He ended up leaking it out to the side pocket.
And his shoulders just.
And look at how quickly Sal gets
to
to the table and how quickly now he's very confidently
seeing
at
the
the
pattern,
table.
seeing the speed,
And
his speed.
he's going to lose that confidence just as quickly as he gained it.
He's shaking his head in the corner here.
And he hasn't even left the table.
He's still standing by the table thinking about that last shot.
Ray gets a little too straight on this 3 ball. He can draw the ball to center table with a little bit of left spin.
Punch forward, yeah.
Oh, maybe he can punch
forward.
forward if he has more angle than I expect. And yeah, he was able to punch.
He punched it a bit.
I like that shot.
Stop playing too long or too short.
That's a confident stroke from Ray, and he's going to get a shot in the corner. Good shot. It's important to note that the only win that Ray has was a slop 9 ball. He needs to gain some confidence by getting a real win here. Good shot.
Good shot.
And he'll come around 2-3 rails.
2-3 rails. That's that Shane Van Boning shot that I told you he loves so much. Yeah. Inside the
It's actually easier to play the 9 in the other corner if you go 3 rails than the way that he.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's good here.
Off the rail. It's such a beautiful shot if you pull it off.
Wow, look at that movement in his cue. That was a Moro shot.
Yeah, right?
I don't understand why he felt the need to add so much body English to that shot, but nevertheless he gets out.
I think he's frustrated, and I think sort of like for a second he thought he missed that, and then he didn't miss that, so he added that flush at the end, but there was definitely no need for that.
A little something for the fans, maybe?
Yes, exactly. And Ray is all about the fans. Man, these pool players, they're getting younger and younger every day. There's a baby crying in the pool hall. I think that's Kevin May's daughter. And she has lungs.
All right, score is 3-2 in favor of Butera over Reyes. It's a race to 7, loser side action. I think all of the pros are still in. You can check out brackets at Q Sports International website at playcsipool.com. Check out brackets, see who's winning, who's out. I think Ramil Gallego is going to run into Oscar pretty early tomorrow. Since I believe winner side matches are done for today, they've all gone home for the night. All right, here's Reyes, 4 ball, dead in the corner. I think he just needs to take off a little bit of power, but no, he looks like he's amping up for more power. He had a little bit more control that time, and he made the 1 in the side, which I haven't seen happen too much. And if the 5 ball doesn't end up funny, he's looking at it now. Yeah, he doesn't like it, so that tells me it doesn't go. And there's not really an opportunity to break it out. There aren't any balls in the vicinity of it to break it out early on. He could potentially break it off from the 3, but you're coming into the balls with not a lot of, control. So he's decided to go for it. And he got a nice, liberal angle here. He can actually come into the balls with quite a bit of speed, but there's just so much unpredictability about this. Whereas if there was a ball near the side pocket, he could use to, go into them along the rail. You get a lot more accuracy coming in, coming parallel into the balls rather than perpendicular like he's going to do here. So ideally what he wants to do is actually hit the 5 ball, not the 7 ball. If he hits the 7 ball, there's a good chance he'll, leave it.
I think that he's going to hit it with English in order to come between the 5 ball and the center pocket. It's a speed shot rather than running into the 5, because running into 5, you don't know what's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying, but I have a feeling that's what he's doing. I think he's shooting it.
See, he wants to come between them.
Oh, so apparently it does go.
Even if it doesn't, it's an easy safety for him.
Absolutely.
Split
and I look at the billiard.
5. Yeah, he's looking at the billiard. I would play safety there.
Well, the problem with the billiard is that the 5 ball is going to stay along the rail, and the cue ball is going to stay where the 7 is. He's not going to have a shot at the 5 unless he does something special.
It kicks the billiard kicks the 5 off the rail, but a
the cue ball will
probably
be there.
at C. That might be a safety. Just split them behind that 7. Yeah, just like that.
It's a decent shot, but Sal's going to hit this ball.
The problem Sal has is that the 9 is the natural angle to that 5.
Yeah.
So he's going to look at 2 rails, 3 rails, coming from behind.
Yeah, he's going to kick it from behind.
Also, Sal just sort of slowed down his roll a bit. He got the lucky double kiss. It's not, you know, Reyes using body English there to move the ball off the rail, but
yeah, Ray has to go up and down table to get to the 6 here. If the 9 wasn't where it is, he could actually just spin it towards the 6. But he actually has to hit it. This is a delicate shot. He's in that weird space, in that weird angle where it's difficult to draw, it's difficult to follow, it's like in between, it's center ball.
It is a delicate shot, but
it's a center ball sort of
center
shot.
Ball,
with the tiniest hair of left English. Because you put too much left English and you could, you know, fall right in the drink. If you don't put enough left English, you'll end up center table rather than along the rail. He looks pretty confident, though.
Yeah,
that's one thing. His body language is telling me that he's actually really confident out there. That's a very good shot.
Very good shot.
That is a very good shot.
Stop.
As simple as that shot looks, it's not easy to control the cue ball.
No,
he wanted more angle.
He wanted more angle, exactly.
Yeah,
so
he wanted more angle, and the 9 ball's preventing
him
him from going 2 rails, spin into the 7. But he has the stroke, obviously, to come around, come draw back with English.
Draw back, yeah, he has to draw back.
He's going forward.
Oh, yeah, it is. He is.
9 ball did not get in the way. Yes. Wow, that is a really good shot.
Beautiful shot. Sal is sitting somewhat slumped in his seat right now because if Ray makes the 7 and the 9, he's evening the score at 3-3.
And then it's a race to 4, and a short race to 4. It's sort of anybody's game. In general. Of course,
maybe
in general.
Reyes is ready to end that jinx that he has.
Well, that was according to him that he loses every time he's on the TV tape. I'm sure he's won a few. But of the many times he's been on, he's lost. So he's just tied up the score 3-3 in a race to 7 against Sal Butera. Sal will be breaking and trying to break Reyes' roll here of 2 games in a row. The pool room's dwindling down a little bit as we get, you know, a little later. A lot of the winter side players have gone to eat or to go rest because action starts back up, I believe, at 9 a.m.
9:30 to 10-ish,
okay.
Depending on how far down they got to.
Oh, right, okay. I think pool players generally do better at night. So morning is not natural for them.
They turn into vampires.
He did not hit those balls well. They didn't really separate the way that they've been separating before. You notice the all balls are down table, or haven't really been happening that much lately. All right, so he's got actually a pretty good shot on the 1 to float down to the 2 ball with follow. The only thing you can do wrong here is not hit it hard enough or not come down far enough.
And he punched
He
it
made
in,
sure he didn't do that. He made sure he didn't hit it too soft.
Float up to the 3. Perfect off the rail. Perfect speed, too.
Good shot. He's
2 rails
he's
to
in that,
the 5. Yeah,
he's in that rhythm that he likes. He doesn't even want to chalk his cue.
Stop it right there.
Still not chalking his cue. That means confidence is playing so fast right now. Wants to quickly make sure he doesn't let Ray to the table. And this will be his 2nd break in a run.
And that it also sits in Ray's head that I just ran it in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no kidding.
Now
and even though, and that wasn't even a very good break. He just happened to get a good shot at the 1 with the perfect angle for the 2. That's not always going to happen. Everything just sort of fell naturally after what I don't consider to be a very good break from Sal.
Maybe I'll chalk it next game. I had that once. I played against a pro, and he beat me 10-1, and after 10 racks, he said, you know, maybe I should chalk my cue.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's like a cat toying with a mouse, having its nail on its tail.
All right, so here's Ray. Him and Sal have been breaking from opposite corners of the table. Ray's gonna wait for Dave Martineau to shoot his shot. Actually, a really good shot from Dave Martineau, unless he scratches. Oh, wow. All right, Ray at the break. 2 on the wing. He made the 1 ball in the side his last break. He did so, I think, because he's elevating like this, popping. He's elevating, I don't know if you guys can tell, but he's sort of elevating his cue more than you normally would. He's getting a pop on the break. That'll work out pretty good. The 6th ball.
The 5 and the 7 and the 6 and 9.
Yeah,
and
I think the 5 goes, but the 6 definitely doesn't have a pocket. Doesn't have any pocket at all,
Right.
and there's not really a way to breaking it out.
From the 7 and less.
Yeah, I think he should be breaking more like how Sal's breaking.
Right. Well, he got frustrated with his break, which is why he changed it. And now because he was shooting, because he was shooting over 3, he popped it and missed it.
Sort of tree topped over the 3.
But he also knows that at the same time, Sal has to deal both with the 5 and 7 and 6 and 9.
Well, I think we're going to see several innings by both players this game. This is going to be a safety battle here. Don't break him up.
Yeah, park him behind him. It's a big
And the reason
wall.
why I say don't break him up, even though he'll probably get to it, is because the 6 is still a problem. So at this point, I wouldn't want to break anything up. But like a few racks ago, whoever gets the 5 ball does have the opportunity to sort of stop the cue ball and play a good lock on the 7. And actually, that would be a good opportunity to, if you have the angle, to break up the 6-9 as you play safe from the 5 ball, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that angle is there to play 2 rails of 5 ball into the 6-9.
There's a possibility to skim off that 5 and 7 into the 6-9 and break them up.
You mean make the 5?
Yes, but then the cue ball skims off the 7.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get an angle to
6.
see. Can we? To see if that 5 goes past
there's
the 7?
Camera there.
Oh, there's not a camera there. Okay.
We do have a camera, actually, but
Oh.
Sal is sitting right in
Oh,
front
he was
of
sitting in
it.
front
Yeah,
of it then.
that's the reason why.
Okay,
Maybe
so
now
Ray
he got
gives
up,
ball in hand,
yes.
and he is not the favorite to win this rack because he's on 1. Sal is going to try and 3-foul him, I think, because of the fact that there's so many balls in weird spots.
Unless
he's trying to run out. No, he's trying to get
off
position on
that
the
3, maybe.
Oh, he did play a straightaway safety and break him up.
Break him up, yes.
That is a really smart shot. He would have obviously wanted to hook him on the 8, but the fact that he broke him out and played safe was good. But we still don't know what the situation is with the 5 ball.
Now the 6 is in play also. I mean, he kicked it to a point where the 6 is in play.
I don't really know what he's looking at here. He can't.
I think he's thinking come down below it and maybe make the 9, but I just don't see it.
No,
Not at
that
this
shot
angle,
doesn't
you know,
exist.
graze the 1 and hit the 9. Or
No, in order to...
that's a better shot. Come down 2 rails behind it.
That is a very hard shot.
Use a big
That's
ball.
a very
and then
hard
you push
shot.
it up right into traffic. There are 5 balls there that can close traffic.
Sure, but coming under the 1 from, the side rail is really difficult.
It is, but that also moves. If he hits it, that moves the cue ball towards the 9 where he's pointing right now. I'm not saying he'll have the velocity to get to that 9 to the pocket, but
I don't know what he's doing.
No, he's hitting straight.
You know what he could do? He could just draw his cue ball, drag it under the 6 ball. Nope.
No, I don't know what he was doing.
I mean, there wasn't a whole lot he could do, but I wonder what it is that he figured that he could do.
Right.
Still a tricky rack. Nothing. Oh, he almost scratched. Oh,
and
he did scratch. From my angle, as I'm looking, the cue ball tracking towards the corner didn't look like it was going to scratch, but it totally did. All right, now he shouldn't do this because only because he's so close. He could actually foul.
He's getting frustrated. He knows that balls are tight. He's looking at the 5, 6, and 7. He knows that if he gets it, he gets 1 game on the wire.
Sure, and I have no problem shooting at the 9 here, but the way he was doing it is no good. Maybe, bank the 1 at the 9 and play safe.
Yeah, he might just play safe right now.
Just play straight away safe.
Marry the cue ball to the 6.
He could. I was going to say he should break out the 5.
Between the 5 and 8, 5 and 7. So
he should just break out the 5-7 now and hook him on the 6, and then he can run out. Should he get ball in hand? Now I'm not sure what he's... It seems automatic to play safe with the, locking him on the 6. Oh, he played at the 9, but look, now he's going to be in jail.
Yeah.
Sal's going to tuck the cue ball in between the 5 and 7.
Just
nice little tuck. Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
He made the 5 worse, actually.
He did.
But it doesn't matter.
But he took away his
But
jump,
look, if Ray doesn't hit the
his
1, he's going to shoot the 1-9 combo. Yeah, Ray absolutely needs to hit this ball.
Sorry, we were sort of asking a couple of players to keep it down in the background while we're trying to commentate over here.
You know what he should do? He should actually knock the 9 away. That's what I think, because Sal will still have to deal. Sal.
He's going for 2 rails. Again, that does create a bigger ball.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not going to come away with anything that is going to give him a chance to win, I don't think. He didn't even hit the ball. And Sal has to shoot the 1-9. He has to.
It's a very long shot. No, I actually see a much better shot. Try the 1-9. And then move the,
absolutely. Absolutely have to use one of the other balls as blockers if you should miss. But you have to shoot the 1-9 here because of the other ball.
That's what he's looking at.
And it looks like now he's decided, I'm just going to shoot the 1-9. I'm going to forget about the safety. I'm just going to focus on making the 1-9.
And he overcut it.
He overcut it, but he's going to get a roll. Yeah. Sort of a roll. He'll find himself behind the 6 or the 5 or the 7. That is a good shot. If he doesn't make the one, I mean, it's not really going to hurt him that much because he can shoot the 3. But it would have been a much better shot had he not made it. He would have ball in hand his next shot most likely. It's hard to tell if he can see the 3 enough to make it, but the way that he's looking for position, obviously he can, but man, that 9 ball is a big ball to block him. There's a very narrow position. It's a very narrow position for him to get to along the rail to shoot the 4 next. And he's coming across it. He's not coming into it, he's coming across it, and that makes it more difficult. If he can nail this and get there, no, he didn't make the ball. He got the position. I think Sal might just play a straightaway safety. No, he's going to go ahead and try to bunt the ball. Wow. From one game to the next, it's like confidence from one game to the next, from player to player, seems to be going up and down and up and down. And Sal's body language is back to being slouched and slumped, and Reyes.
He's huffing and puffing in his chair.
Reyes still sort of, at the moment, a little bit more composed.
Reyes seems to have the same demeanor every time. I haven't really. It's on the edge, no matter what.
That is a really good shot.
Yes.
He killed the cue ball.
But that 5 doesn't go anywhere.
No. He can't even go rail first. He can't draw it. He can't follow it.
No, he is looking at rail first to come out.
Well, I think the ball's frozen.
Line, but if he does that, what are you going to do with the 5?
Wow, he got a lot more action off of that ball than I expected him to.
He did, but
if you had told me he would get his cue ball down this far, I wouldn't have believed you.
Now what?
Well, now he's going to zigzag his cue 2 rails behind the 9 and send the 5 ball. I mean, he's going to play more cue ball. He's going to Z-stroke.
Is he trying to run into that 6 in order to stop the 5 there?
That would be a good option, actually.
7 will cover him for that.
That would be a good option, but I don't think he can hit it full enough to do that. If he hits it that full, he may not get as much action off his cue ball.
Correct.
So he's got to make a decision. Do I want to run into the 6 or do I want to play safe with the cue ball? Because I don't think he can do both.
He'll clip it.
Oh, he hit the 7. That's a foul.
He did.
He fouled. Did he not?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
I'm pretty sure he fouled.
I'm pretty sure he did, but it's hard for us to see from this angle. No, apparently he didn't.
Well, Sal didn't question it, and Sal was right there, so he
just opened it.
Yeah. Sal might not care anymore because he's gonna get out. That's a great shot. He got a couple of love bumps, but he hit it good enough to get lucky. He hit it good enough for a chance to get lucky, and now he's gonna play safe because I'm surprised. Normally he would just shoot and get out.
Correct.
But he's just not at that confident level yet.
I just think he's not feeling confident against Reyes.
And that's smart to do this. If you're not feeling confident, don't lie to yourself and say, "Oh, I can get out." If you're not playing confident, listen to that instinct and just play safe because it's such an automatic. That was an automatic safe. I mean, there's no way he wasn't going to get safe.
Now Ray has to deal with something.
He's going to get some separation here. He wants to hit the bottom part of the 6, not the top part of the 6. He hit the, well, Even though he did that, he actually still sort of sold out. He got the separation he needed, but
this isn't a gimme. I mean, it is Sal, but it's not a gimme shot. That's why. See? Right there. I told you. While it is Sal shooting, it wasn't a gimme shot. He tried to avoid scratching. You saw him swing his cue wildly, and that's why he missed. He had that on his mind. Even pro players have that on their mind sometimes. Reyes is looking for something. I don't know what. He's looking for his imaginary friend.
I think maybe he thought that Sal said something. Maybe? I'm not sure.
No, I didn't think so.
He looked around everywhere for something.
He really did. Something's on his mind. Too hard.
Yeah. No, I mean...
No, way too hard.
Yeah.
He knew it. He knew it. The moment he released that shot, he knew it.
I think he needs to bear down and make this ball. He makes this ball all day long. Just right now. Yeah, it looks like he's shooting. He's shooting this ball.
Yeah. If he makes it...
Yeah, he made it. He's good.
Yep.
Now he's got to get lucky and not scratch. That is a bad beat. He's at a very weird angle. The monitor doesn't really do this shot justice. It actually looks easier on the monitor than it really is, because of the fact that his cue ball is tracking in the general direction of the bottom left corner. The monitor angle really is deceiving, because I'm looking at the shot from where I'm sitting, and it's actually much more severe of an angle. He's going to try with inside English to come 2 rails.
Up and down.
Up and down with inside. He actually wants to hit 2 rails here, not just 1, I believe. But man, it's hard to tell if he can do that. Maybe it is just 1 rail.
It really
the reason why I
depends on
say
the way he hits that
the reason why I say
ball.
2 rails is better is because then you take the scratch in the corner out of the equation. Whereas if you go 1, there's a chance you could scratch.
Ray needs this shot to hit.
Oh, he hit it too
really
hard. What's going to happen? He's going to get some luck. What a shot.
Lucky. And
Sal
gave it.
Sal doesn't even want to let him have the joy of shooting.
Sal looks sick. He just...
All right, Reyes ties it up 4-4. He's keeping it close.
Reyes. Ladies and gentlemen.
Our scorekeeper took a quick break, so don't mind the score on the screen. The score is 4-4 and a race to 7. All right, here's Sal. See if he can contain his frustration and pot that 3 ball. He's lost a little bit of control of the cue ball, but it won't matter because he's got a great shot at the 1. Everything's open. No problem balls. It's really just about getting the 2 now. If he can draw the cue ball and pull it off the rail enough and get a shot at the 2 down the rail up table, he'll be fine. He sort of wants his cue ball. I'm not sure what he's doing now. He really wanted to get perfect on this 2. That's a great shot from Sal. Did not think that he could get there from where he was. He threaded the needle between 3 different balls. Oh, he almost got tree topped. He's okay. Just make the ball. He's once again in his 1 or 2 stroke rhythm, which is the dangerous part. He's amphibious apparently. Good shot in 6. Just stay off the rail and you're fine. I was going to say this is pretty textbook stuff, but he doesn't do anything textbook for the most part. He played that run out in sort of a really stylistic way, and it's a great run out.
And again, you saw he was down on the ball even before the ball stopped rolling. He was
a lot of confidence out there from Sal Butera. That was a great run out.
It also sort of demoralizes Reyes because, you know, if he runs his racks this fast.
No, almost. No, no shot clock for you, Sal Butera. Yeah. All right, Sal's now
Sal
having a good
came
time.
over to ask if he's taking too much time on his whole rack.
Yeah, we didn't hear the alarm go off on the shot clock, so he's
Yeah.
having fun. He's enjoying it.
See, there's he claims there's a 30-second shot clock for the entire rack, not per shot. So
Meanwhile, Reyes doesn't appreciate him walking over and having a good time, which I understand.
Yeah.
But there's
And you know, that's part of the gamesmanship both players have. Sort of Sal's getting loose with us, and Ray is getting upset.
Up.
Yes, and it goes back and forth.
Well, Ray was, keeping it close, and now he's, a two-game run for Sal means that Ray needs 3. That's a big difference. I think if Ray loses this game, he's going to lose the match. He absolutely needs to win this game.
And Sal will have the break advantage, too.
He hit that horribly. Did you hear the sound of that break? It's like that's like the sound that you hear in the bar, guys who don't know how to break. And he just he had that same break a few racks ago. He had that same break.
He hit it off center.
Like he drew the ball or
Sal
something.
just moved the 9 ball and then moved it back into place.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ray doesn't mind that, I think.
No.
But
the rules say that the other player has the choice, but Ray at this point couldn't care less because he just missed that shot altogether. He flew into that pocket after the break, so it's like, yeah, whatever, put it wherever you want to. Ooh. And Sal just played that too fast.
But he's going to get a roll.
Yeah.
He's going to get a roll.
Look at Ray.
They're both upset,
completely upset, and both
wow.
of them seem to be shaking their heads.
It's a really frustrating rack.
Ray can't believe his bad luck, and Sal can't believe his bad luck. Sal's still pointing at where he really wanted to be on that shot, and Ray's just walking around feeling sick.
I think something incredible happened a few tables over.
I think Mike Massey ended his match right now. I don't know if he's in or out. I think he ended his match.
Okay. Yeah, good. It was good to see Mike Massey out here.
Very, very much.
He was the pro that I have forgotten to count.
Yeah, tomorrow he might be doing some exhibition shooting.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, some trick shots.
He's a great entertainer. Even if he wasn't a trick shot artist, he would have been an actor. He would have been a singer. He would have been a musician.
A priest.
Was he?
Well, he wasn't, but he was very, very active in the church. If you ever look up his history, there's a very interesting video of his online showing a little bit of his background, and you'll see that at some point in life he really, really was into the church. And
wow, Sal made a good kick and got a good fortune. I mean, you can't get lucky like that unless you make a good kick. As lucky as he got, he deserves the luck that he received on that shot for sure.
And Ray again is sort of looking at the shot going, come on, I just want to break.
He is going to try and kick it behind the 5-2 rails.
See, he's looking at
this is not
touching the edge of the 5. If he touches the edge of 5, it tracks towards the 6 ball, and it leaves the cue ball behind the 7.
Yeah, there's a lot that has to go right for that to happen. There's a lot of unpredictability about this shot.
There. That's
a
where
lot
he
of
wants to
unpredictability.
Hit. Just touch the left edge of that 5 ball.
He needs to hit it on the way back, not on the way down.
Correct.
If he hits it on the way down, it's a scratch.
2 rails, kick behind.
Oh, he hit it 100 miles an hour. I didn't think that he was going to hit it hard.
I didn't think so either because the scratch was big, but he obviously saw something we didn't.
he's thinking. He can probably cross the 5 and send it down table.
He's looking to cut it.
Is he
Believe
really
it or
cutting
not,
this
from
ball?
here it looks like he is. Yeah,
Oh,
he
did
tried.
try
He
to cut
tried
it.
to cut it,
But he got a kick, and he's going to leave a straight-in shot.
on the rail.
Yeah, but I don't think the rail's going to bug. I think
Notice that Ray moved into position, sort of pushed Sal away. So Ray is kind of doing the Sal thing, you know. Oh, you missed? Oh, great. I know exactly where I'm going, and I'm going to shoot that shot.
Yeah. Yeah, the game off the table is just as important for these two as the game on the table.
Absolutely. There's a lot of gamesmanship going on. Where
That's
do I
a good
leave
shot.
the, where do
That
I
is a
leave the
great
chalk?
shot.
How do I hit it?
Yeah.
What do I say? Don't count him out yet.
He either needs to be really straight on the 7 or with a lot of angle. He's decided to get a lot of angle so he can go 2 rails to the 8 ball. Back and forth across. The only thing, obviously, about that shot is that you have a chance of scratching the side pocket by the 8.
Yeah. He'll hit it in a way that he doesn't.
This is a delicate shot. I don't like these type of shots. I get too scared and I get really like tentative on the shot. I don't feel confident because all I'm thinking is, oh man, look at the scratch on the side. How do I avoid the scratch on one side and then the other? And this is not an easy shot. And then if you try to overcompensate, then you get really far away from the 8 ball. He basically needs to hit this almost like center ball, the tiniest little bit of right-hand English. And he's got to pop it with a good speed. It's almost center ball. Oh, he decided to take all that out of the equation. That's a really good shot from Reyes. He had such an extreme angle. I didn't think that he could do that.
Now all he has to do is pretty much stop the cue ball there. Do nothing. Make that 8. Straight in 9.
Wow.
Ooh.
He played a
That
3 rail
8
bank
ball
shot on
sort
that
of
ball.
wiped its feet on the way into the pocket. Now he has to get that out of his mind and just concentrate on making that 9 ball.
Chucks up his red ferrule.
Red tape, Farrell.
I don't understand what's happening out there.
You know, there's a possibility that everything's distracting him. Us, the table next to him, he's looking straight at us. And that in of itself. And it might just be gamesmanship, you know? Oh, I don't know what to do in this shot. I'm not sure. I'm not feeling confident.
Meanwhile, he ties up the score 5-5. We have a race to 2, and Sal's advantage has sort of been eliminated because in a race to 2, it's at this point, well, because Sal will have a very confident rack, and then he'll have a very lax rack where he can't get his slouch straight up.
Still, Sal has the break advantage here. He's breaking at 5-5.
He's only ran 2 racks out of the. He's had 5 breaks, and he's only ran 2 of them. Four balls dead. It was not dead. It was stopped by another ball. And he didn't
the
make
one
a
ball goes nowhere.
Did not make a ball. Ray has a shot where he can make the 1 and stop with the 4.
Ray's also going to let him sort of think about that miss for a while.
Well, whoever gets the hill first is big.
Ray's looking to cut that. No, combo.
No, he's looking at where the cue ball is going to hit the 4, I think.
He is. He's looking to cut the 1 ball to the top right-hand corner, using the 4 to stop him so that he has position on that too.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd like to say hi to Rhonda and Kim. Rhonda's watching at home. Kim's watching here. I know Flavia's watching. There are a lot of fans on Facebook. watching these matches today.
It's a good stop with the 4. If he makes the 1, she barely trickles in. But he's got, I mean, he's going to have to accept sort of a longer shot because the 8 makes it difficult to draw towards the 3. So he's going to just have to accept, that's no big deal. He's fine. He could be center table and he'll pop the 3 right in.
He wants to leave the cue ball pretty much where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Bring it right back to the same spot. Just like that.
Very good shot from Ray.
Yeah, just like that. He's a little long. See, that's where he pointed at. He's a little bit long. He's running into the 5 ball. And he wants to try and avoid that, if possible.
Well, what he could do is accept a shot, because he wanted a shot at the 4 on the side, but he can accept a shot at the 4 in the corner and just roll the 3 in. Oh, okay. He had enough.
He tried to avoid that 5.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
He had enough to work with where he could actually get here. I didn't think that he did.
He's planning on stopping the cue ball right where the 4 ball is.
Yeah, he definitely should.
Taking that
he doesn't
inside.
Want it straight in.
No.
But make sure you don't leave yourself treetop. Yeah, it's good.
Right there. Right where the 4 ball was.
I like his chances of getting out here.
I was thinking the same, but that's the...
Well, see, Dave on the table next to him, I mean, obviously not on purpose.
At the same moment, of course, that the microwave beeped, Dave moved right in front of him.
Yeah, everything seems to be sharking up.
Yes.
Ray.
And Ray knows this is an important game, you know. This gets him on the hill first. He overran.
He's going to be on the rail.
Yeah, he overran.
He's going to be almost frozen to the rail.
And almost straight in. Well,
I mean,
sharking move worked. He might just accept a much longer shot on that 7. That's it.
Oh, I thought he can go 2 rails to the center table, but it looks like maybe
I don't see it. I think he's straight in. Yeah, he'll accept a much...
he was going... His cue ball was going the other way. I thought his cue ball was going to hit the end rail.
No, I told you. I think he's looking at a longer shot on the 7. Take what you have. He was straight in, so there wasn't much for him to cheat that pocket.
I would not put money on this shot.
No, it's not a gimme. It's makeable, but not a gimme.
He's 50-50. He's even money here at best. And in order to get the shape that he wants, he has to hit this relatively slowly. So if he misses, he's going to hang it.
This is a do-or-die shot.
Yeah,
and he knows it too.
The table behind him might be sharking him as well.
Yeah,
maybe not.
Not so much. There's an extra table right behind him that sort of narrows the area that he has to shoot from. And he missed it. And he left it on.
Yeah, but Sal's been sitting in his chair for the last 10 minutes.
You know what, though? Sal's one of the better players I've ever seen coming out of that electric chair. He comes out swinging. All he has to do, make it bounce 2.5 rails to that 8 ball.
Good shot from Sal Butera.
2.5 rails, just right, like that, right there. And making the 9 means Sal will be on that hill first. Right there.
All right, 6-5 scoreline, Sal Butera versus Reyes, or Reyes, I'm sorry.
Ray.
I added an extra Ray in there on his name. Ray breaking to try and tie up the match, and if he was to tie it, we have Sal Butera breaking the final deciding rack. If you're just joining us, this is loser side action on Cube Billiards in La Mesa, California at the 2017 J. Swanson Memorial.
But you gotta call it the loser side. It's the not winning side.
I'm sorry, what? You should stop him and tell him somebody.
Sal just came over to complain to us that Reyes is ranking low on the spot. And we're going to go and look for a ref. There's an argument, and Sal is claiming actually, rightfully so, that Reyes is racking low. That means that he's racking about half an inch to an inch lower than the spot. Ray is willing to move the rack, but these arguments are also part of the game. We'll get a ref to the table. We're gonna get a ref to the table to try and help.
Okay, so
Sal is
the ref
pointing
is
out that Ray is not placing the rack on the spot, but he's placing the rack lower than the spot. Ray's claiming that's good enough, and the ref is taking a look.
Ray's looking for other people to confirm what he's saying, but
He's
it's up to the referee.
Talk to everybody around.
All that matters is what the ref says right at this point. We apologize for the delay in action here. It's hard to say. You know, we obviously can't we can't see from here what the situation is. Sal is claiming that he's racking the balls too low, and it should be relatively obvious whether he's doing that or not. And Ray says
the ref just now decided yes. Re-rack them one more time.
Yeah.
And the ref is looking to see if the balls are actually on the spot or not.
Yeah, once the ref comes over, they shouldn't be arguing at all. It should just be,
ref
what does the ref say? And that's final. So we apologize for the dramatics. We apologize for the delay in action. We apologize for any obscenities that may have been thrown in.
Kids, cover your ears and go la 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 while we're getting this situated.
Yes, the ref made the call. She says it's good.
Sal claims he wasn't arguing, he was just asking if the ball is lower or not.
Yeah, I don't understand the continuing arguing because the ref has already made a call. So she sort of just needs to say it's over, let's go, let's play.
I think she's not sure.
Both players who are arguing with each other claiming that they're not arguing with each other. I'm not arguing
All right,
with you.
so we've settled it. It's already been decided. That's where he's going to rack from. He just needs to break the balls. It sort of doesn't matter anymore who's at fault, who made a wrong claim. It's sort of just let's break the balls.
I don't think either player has got it out of the system yet.
There's a lot of tension out there, man.
Especially at 6-5 in a race to 7.
Yeah. All right, ready to break. The wing ball is no longer dead. In the last couple of racks, we've sort of had racks go back and forth as to whether they were dead, and lately they haven't really been dead. The 4 ball, I can't tell if it's going to go or not. He's pointing to where he wants his cue ball. He's still doing this jacked up break, which I don't think is working that great for him, to be honest.
No, I agree, but
he's still talking. I don't understand why he's still talking.
Told you they haven't gotten it out of the system yet. I know these guys.
He's still talking before he breaks. Sal's just sitting there now. But okay, Reyes breaking now with the elevated break. He made the wing ball. He made the 9 ball. Wow, after all that talk.
After all that.
That is going to burn.
That made Sal sick. Sal is just shaking his head with a wry smile in his face going, whatever.
Wow.
And just like that, it's 6-6.
Unreal. That was unreal.
Unreal. After all that. He racked it high, he racked it low. Boom.
Only the Swanee 2017.
Welcome to San Diego, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a very strange
exchange, yeah.
That was a very strange, bunch of events that just happened. That was the first. That was the first 9 ball I've seen broken on this table ever. I think. And with the magic rack, it's like the 9 ball rarely moves. He hit him so hard that a ball came in and knocked it in. And Sal has an opportunity to break and run. No, I think he can. I think he can make this ball. Yeah, he looks happy. And he wants to quickly erase the memory of the 9 in the side and just run these balls.
Fast.
Very fast. Very nice shot. He's just going to have to reach. That's all.
Left-handed.
He's amphibious again.
He's like, really? You mean ambidextrous,
yes,
right?
That's a nod at Mr. Danny Gilberto, who always says that.
Yes.
Oh, he's amphibious. Probably from Kentucky. Oh, he doesn't want to get on this side of the 5.
Yeah,
he lost position.
It's okay.
The 7 is blocking him from coming 1 rail. Look, the 7. Oh, it almost blocked him. Good shot from Sal.
Sal's so frustrated. He's like, I'll make him from everywhere.
This sort of reminds me of Shane, how Shane gets so angry and he just comes with a... I mean, not Shane. I'm sorry, not Shane. Earl.
Oh,
how Earl will just stew for minutes and minutes, and then just finally just explode with an incredible run out.
And there it is, 9 ball for the win.
That is an unreal set of events that just occurred. The Swanee 2017. Wow. And Ray is.
Ray thought it was a race to 8, and it's a race to 7 on the loser side.
Right? That was nuts. All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. 9 a.m. here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 2017 Jay Swanson Memorial 9-ball tournament. We are at OnCue Billiards in La Mesa, California, just outside of San Diego. We have Sal Butera from Moore Park, California, one of California's best. He's going up against
Reyes.
Ray Reyes, a local house favorite, a funny, friendly, charismatic, and a very colorful character.
Right, there's a lot of things we can say about Ray Reyes.
Ray Reyes fun. He gets emotional. He gets a little bit wild. He's a lot of fun to watch and to play with.
Sal Butera, for those of you who don't know, is typically known as son of a gun, only because his dad was
Lou Butera.
Yeah, shotgun Lou Butera. Yeah. So the Sal.
Before my time, I never got to know Lou, but I've throughout all the many stories I've heard about Lou, I feel like I know him. So he is walking in a pretty big shadow, but casting his own as well is Sal Butera. He's been playing really well. He hasn't. He's been a little bit absent on the Mez Tour this season, but
Sal has his own room, and I think that sort of takes precedent over him traveling to play. Yeah. He's always a very, very meticulous player. Now, Ray Reyes, the thing about him is that you'll see in his shots a few minutes later, he will eye the ball. He points to where he wants to park it, attempts to park it. I think that the only way that Ray will lose this match is if he gets into his own head. If he starts getting upset, starts getting emotional, that will affect him. Also, I would like to remind you, look at the difference in pace between this match and the match that we just saw between Daniel Bush and Dave Hema. This match is faster. Sal is on. He's hitting every ball he wanted to.
Sal embodies the term fast and loose. He is very meticulous, but he knows what he needs to do. He knows where the ball's going to go. He knows the shot. He's a lot like Earl in that he knows as soon as the ball
shoots at a pace that is murderous on the table. And a lot of times what will happen is he'll draw his opponents into the match, into the speed he shoots.
Yeah, I do this. That sort of happens. I shoot obviously I don't shoot anywhere near Sal's speed, but I shoot fast. Whether or not I make balls is beyond that point. But, yeah, my opponents will be like, it's hard for me to match your speed, and it throws me off a little bit. I mean, that's not the reason why Sal shoots that way, but it's just a result of that. And he is going to get a roll here as well. Yeah, and Sal's not happy.
No.
Sal will wear his heart on his shoulder.
And so will Ray Reyes.
Oh,
For those who don't know, Ray does exactly the same.
Sal is looking to jump full cue with his regular cue. Oh, maybe he was just measuring to see before he breaks out his jump cue.
He's giving a nod with his head. You can't see it, but he's sort of nodding with his head like, yep, you got me.
Yeah.
I was pressed my thumb.
He's looking to come 2 rails in. The ball is small compared to shooting at 1 rail up.
Not necessarily. I think what he's looking at is missing the 6 and the 9 and coming into that ball. It actually creates a bigger ball because if he hits the rail before that, he hits it. There's no way to get behind it. But he's opted for the 1 rail. 2 rails. Sorry, come behind the.
Right. It is a relatively big ball. You come in 2 rails, but it's a bigger ball if you come 1 rail, either up table by where he's standing or down table by the 5 ball.
He doesn't want to go up table because of that chance of catching the corner of the pocket there.
Right. Or just tapping the 4 towards the corner and leaving it there for Ray.
Correct.
So he's decided he's going to jump. He's reaching for his jump cue now.
He looked at all of his options and said, "Jump's the best."
Yeah, he's telling Lori, his wife, like, oh, how did I get here?
Lori's like, I don't know. We drove.
Sal is a favorite to hit this. Whether he makes it is obviously the difficult part, but he'll hit this ball for sure. The other difficult part is keeping the ball on the table because he's hitting it towards the rail. You have to basically land almost right at the 4-ball, right before. If you let it bounce before the 4-ball, yeah, he hit it directly onto the 4. Whereas if he had hit the rail, the cushion before, I'm sorry, the slate before the 4-ball, he would have likely jumped it off the table because of the bounce.
And notice that he, again, sort of stayed there.
He'll stop rolling. He knows what needs to be done. He knows the angles. He knows where the cue ball's going. He knows where the object's going. He knows the layout. He knows the pattern. It's like it's automatic. Or he just thinks faster in general.
And just as a reminder for everyone who hasn't listened to the earlier broadcasts, talking to you right now, the guy with the "you ain't from around here, boy" accent, that's Ashi Fatchler. I'm a pool and billiards photographer and an interpreter. And sitting in the non-booth with me, because we don't have booths, is Chris Santana from Fast and Loose Designs. You can find him at fastandloosedesigns.com. You can find me under Ashi, that's A-S-H-I, Fatchler, F-A-C-H-L-E-R, street photographer on Facebook, or just Google up my name and you'll find me.
All right. Reyes ready to break. He's just waiting for
Dave, Fireman Dave, with
yeah,
the
Dave.
striped
I was
shirt
trying to remember his name.
to move.
Yeah.
And notice the ranking that Sal Butera has with a Fargo rate. He's ranked 722. Reyes is ranked 678. That, in of itself, is about a 2-to-1 ratio on the table. That means that there's a chance that Sal should or could win this with a 3-game lead. This is the loser's side, so it's a race to 7.
And he's got the 4-ball in the wing, which should be automatic. We're playing position on the 1-ball in the corner near the cue ball. That's what's been happening, and let's see if that's still the trend. The 1-ball tracks towards the corner where he broke from. He just needs to work on the speed. He'll get the speed down. If he had hit a little softer, the 1 would have been in a more ideal position. So he's going to come right away with a safety. What he's going to try and do is zigzag the cue ball underneath the 2, which is a hard shot. But I mean, he's going to try that. He's going to come, probably just underneath the 9 balls, what he'll probably end up getting.
I spoke to Reyes earlier on, and he told me that he put some red tape on his ferrule in order to create a little bit more contrast at the end of his cue, so he can see in a dimmer light. He can see the end of the cue better.
Really? I've never heard of that. That's interesting.
Yes, I know. You notice he's got red tape. I asked, why is it red tape? He said, because that's the thinnest thing I found. It's like, why do firemen wear red suspenders? To hold their pants up.
Yeah.
It's the same logic.
Yeah.
I don't know what that shot was. I don't know if Sal is frustrated. It's a bit loud here right now. People are talking behind us. And then to let Reyes think a little bit about the shot.
Yeah, the mind games are
strong
in full effect.
With these guys, yes. Mind games are strong. Reyes looking to hide behind the 5-ball if possible, maybe the 6. Yeah.
And he tried to use the 5, and that will sort of work, but I think he's got most of the ball, if not the edge. He'll play safe. He'll basically just thin the 4 and send the cue ball back here where it sort of is now.
Look
and use the 7-8. Use the 7-8 as blockers.
Look up how Sal gets down on his shot.
Yeah, he didn't quite execute. No, not at all.
No,
he did not even come close to executing what he wanted. I think it almost looked like he got a double kiss on the cue ball, but it's a little hard to tell.
It does. The only thing is he left him on the rail, but that shouldn't present any real problem.
If Reyes can build up his confidence and pop this ball right in, he'll have plenty of confidence to run the table.
Yeah. Reyes is looking to run into that 7 and stop the cue ball there for him. Ooh, there's a cursor on the screen. He was straighter than I thought.
It was sharking Ray a little bit.
Yeah, the cursor, yes.
Yeah. nevertheless a good shot.
I learned to never underestimate Reyes' ability to play, especially in big tournaments, big money games.
However, he has psyched himself out. Whenever he's on the TV table, he says, "I never win on the TV table." He says he thinks, I think he used to think that it was a conspiracy against him to put him on the TV table because he'll lose. But I always see him playing great.
You know, I know that some players don't like playing on the TV table because it shows, quote unquote, the real speed.
Oh, but yeah,
you know,
but those days are over.
I know because of the internet and streaming and such, but nonetheless, you're right. There are players that when they go to the TV table, they flourish, and I count Mika Immonen, Rodney Morris, Bustamante,
Sure, the pros, right?
Such, and some that they go to the TV table and they just fizzle. One of the
he lost a lot of energy on that cue ball when he. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think he didn't hit it a high enough cue ball. I think he hit it more center than he wanted.
He wanted to come below that 7 ball to shoot it in the side pocket.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now he's sick. He's shaking his head. The combo is not a given. The safety is tough to play, and it's not where he wanted to be.
Yeah, I think
he's pointing to where he wanted to be. Well, that's not working for him.
I think he'll thin the 7 and send the cue ball down here by the 9.
Making a lot of noise. It might have just frustrated him for a second. Ray won the Japan Open at some point. Or
what?
One of the Japanese. Yeah, if you
Reyes?
Yeah, Google his
no
name.
way.
You'll see him winning Japan something.
I was not aware of that.
Japan Open or something else, but yes, he won something.
Was that a while back?
It was.
Okay.
And you know, a little bit earlier on, Ray and Sal was sort of getting into a typical woofing in the pool hall where
I think they were betting on a shot or something and arguing a little bit. But it was more of a friendly argument for the most part.
It was, but what happens is sort of the opponent gets in your head before he shot, and those of you who don't know, Reyes is an expert at getting in your head.
Yeah.
The argument or the bet, whatever it was, if you hit the ball, I'll give you $100, and if you don't hit the ball, you give me $1.
Oh, it's 101 odds.
Yes, to hit it.
Wow, he slops in the 9 and the 5. I'm sorry, and the
6 ball.
The 6 ball. Quite a fortunate roll for Reyes early on. He levels it at 1 apiece.
He's shaking
and
his
it will be Sal's break. Sal's a little disgusted, but that's pool. So Sal's break is more powerful, I would say, than Reyes, and he's got more control. He's got both of those things going for him. I expect him to get several break and runouts this set. Don't know enough about Reyes' game to know how often he's going to be breaking and running. But I can guarantee you that if Sal can get that wing ball down, if he measures, he's breaking from the other side. Now, I haven't seen exactly what will happen here. Maybe the 1 will come near where he's breaking as well. But the 3 was dead. And yeah, the 1 is still going towards the side that you break from. That's not necessarily always the case, you know, with every table, with every event. In this case, it's happening on almost every single break. So what they just have to do is realize that pattern and sort of take advantage of it. And I think he's got a shot at the 1 where a minute ago I thought he was hooked based on his reaction, but it looks like he can actually cut the 1. Yeah, he's good. And for the most part, the hard work is over. The 4 goes in the side. That leads to the 5. And I'm sort of describing that quickly because I'm sure that that's how quickly he's seeing it in his head.
Sal shoots at a pace that is amazing. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. What I was saying is that Sal